Hello everybody, I am Dr. Patil Sunil Kumar S, Professor and Head Civil Engineering Department, WIT Sholapur. So today I am going to discuss about stability analysis of cantilever retaining wall. Learning outcomes. At the end of this session, the students will be able to determine the depth of foundation for cantilever retaining wall, decide preliminary dimensions of cantilever retaining wall, carry out stability analysis of cantilever retaining wall. Introduction. Cantilever retaining wall are built to retain filled earth up to a height of 5 meters. Beyond that height, it is anachronocal. If it is beyond 5 meter height, then we are supposed to go for counterfoot retaining wall. Cantilever retaining walls are anachronocal beyond this height. It consists of stem slab, toe slab and heel slab, each of them to act as cantilever, hence it is termed as cantilever retaining wall. So here in the figure 1 you can see this is stem slab, this is heel slab and this is toe slab. All the three slabs are cantilevers. Determination of depth of foundation by Rankin's formula. D minimum is the minimum depth of foundation required for cantilever retaining wall, which is given by Q0 divided by gamma s into Ka square, where D minimum is the minimum depth of foundation below ground level of the toe slab. Q0 is SBC of soil, gamma s density of soil, K coefficient of active earth pressure given by 1 minus sin phi by 1 plus sin phi, where phi is angle of interaction, internal friction or angle of repose. Preliminary dimensions of cantilever retaining wall. Following are guidelines for assuming dimensions of retaining wall based on experience and optimization studies. Top width of stem slab, it should be between 150 mm to 300 mm. Bottom width of stem slab is given by the total height h divided by 12, where h is the height of earth fill from bottom of the base slab. Width of base slab is equal to 0.48 h to 0.56 h. Thickness of base slab is given by h by 12. The toe slab projection from the stem slab, it is equal to 1/3 of base width, base slab width. So the figure 2 shows the preliminary dimensions of the cantilever retaining wall along with forces acting on cantilever retaining wall. So here we can see this vertical member, it is a stem slab, this is heel slab and this is toe slab. So this entire bottom portion, it is base slab, which consists of both toe slab as well as heel slab together. Now here the forces acting on this particular cantilever retaining wall are of two types. One is the stabilizing forces, another is destabilizing forces. So the stabilizing forces are the weight of the soil. All vertical forces acting, they are stabilizing forces. One is the weight of soil, W1, then next weight of rectangular portion of stem slab, W2, and weight of triangular portion of stem slab, W3, then weight of entire base slab, that is W4. So destabilizing force is the horizontal force which is due to the earth pressure. So pH is destabilizing force. So all these forces are shown at their CG. So therefore this pH, it is acting at a distance h by 3 from base, and here you find W1 acting at the CG of this particular soil portion over hill slab, and W2 acting at the CG of rectangular portion of stem slab, W3 acting at CG of triangular portion of stem slab, and W4 which is acting at the CG of the base slab as a whole. Stability analysis of cantilever retaining wall. So as I have already discussed with the help of figure, the stabilizing forces are vertical loads W1, W2, W3 and W4 acting on the retaining wall as shown in figure 2. I just explained. So W1 is weight of backfill, WT is weight of rectangular portion of stem slab, W3 is weight of triangular portion of the stem slab, W4 is weight of the base slab as a whole, which is toe slab plus heel slab. Destabilizing forces, the horizontal earth pressure pH, which will try to overturn the retaining wall about point O as shown in figure 2. So in figure 2, if you refer, so this is the point O at the end of the toe, so about which this horizontal force will try to overturn it. So pH is equal to 1/2 K gamma S into H square. K is active earth pressure, coefficient of active earth pressure, gamma S is the density of soil, and H square is total height square. The horizontal pressure pH will try to slide the retaining wall, hence it is also necessary to check the stability of retaining wall against overturning and against sliding. Now, can you explain which are the stabilizing and which are the destabilizing forces acting on cantilever retaining wall? As I have just discussed, W1, W2, W3, W4 are the stabilizing forces and pH is destabilizing force. Stability analysis of cantilever retaining wall. As per IS 456-2000, factor of safety against overturning and factor of safety against sliding are as follows. Factor of safety against overturning is given by 0.9 times total stabilizing moment about O divided by overturning moment of horizontal force pH about O. So FSO, that is factor of safety against overturning, it is equal to 0.9 times W1 into X1. So these X1, X2, X3, X4 are the distance of W1, W2, W3 and W4 from point O. So divided by pH into H by 3, that is the perpendicular distance from O to the horizontal force pH. So factor of safety against overturning should be greater than or equal to 1.4. Now factor of safety against sliding, it is given by 0.9 times coefficient of friction into W1 plus W2, W3, W4, that means all vertical loads, divided by the horizontal force pH. So which should be greater than or equal to 1.4. where mu is coefficient of friction between soil and concrete. Assignment. Carry out stability analysis of cantilever retaining wall to retain the earth embankment for the horizontal top 3.5 meter above the ground level for following parameters. Density of earth 18 kilonewton per cubic meter. Angle of internal friction 30 degree. SBC of soil 200 kilonewton per meter square. Coefficient of friction between soil and concrete 0.5. These are all the references used for preparing this particular lecture. Thank you one and all.